sales opportunities, and then of course continue which the street sciences. Yeah. Able to mobilize and invest our capital, hundreds of millions of naira. Over 50,000 beneficiaries in France account, but thousands of people we do not particularly able to see because the work that we do is very far reaching. In 7 countries, we mobilize almost 1,200 tiers in different parts of the world. But leadership, who are doing research, articles, reports, studies, write publish, for others to do to use what we do to do their work. We see ourselves as partners in the future, we see the world. And these are some of the social issues of the set that we address. I just want to highlight 2 interventions. One of them is SOS vision, secondary school, you can see high school students or the equivalent from 4 to 6, depending on which jurisdiction you are in the world. It's about skills, career skills, academic, technical education, and 2 workshops that we do. There's when we join an online network that they put us on. Our beneficiaries over the last 8 years, we continue to intervene in their lives, continue to make sure that they're enablers of the futures that they see. A few of them actually are pitching today, which is very exciting. And they're coming from this program that that we've been running for the last 8 years. So super, super exciting. And of course, as I said, we work with a number of partners, funders, trainers, policymakers, governments as well, to give us the requisite approvals and support and institutionalize the work that we do so that it can stand the test of time. We use trained school teachers and or volunteer trainers where possible, but our preference obviously is to use the teachers so that we can really see the outcomes being harnessed and institutionalized within the schools that we work with. And we have worked with thousands of students here who've gone off to do amazing projects, amazing businesses, are pursuing fantastic jobs where, they're really, as I said, with their communities from their various perspectives. SOS at Head Start is a sector-based entrepreneurship and livelihoods program for vulnerable and low-income populations. It's across multiple industries, so you're looking at trade, construction, mining, agriculture, fashion, and all sorts of industries. We have decided to focus on agriculture as the first for the reasons I have said prior, and we focus on high value of agricultural products. To make sure that we work with these farmers who do not have access to any form of proper training. They are financially excluded in society. They do not have access to any government intervention in most cases. Many of them do not have any form of formal schooling or even organized informal education. They're basically running off techniques that they've learned from generations past. So the intervention is really around helping build their capacity, ensuring that we provide them with the appropriate training on how to use the right inputs, right resources, right tools, how to deal with issues of climate change, give them access to these critical inputs, to make sure that ultimately, with also our funding and business advisory support services and continuous monitoring and evaluation, we're able to improve their yields and their productivity of their products so that they can, be able to increase their income and enhance their livelihoods, to be able to do the many other things that they need to do in their lives. I hope you can hear me. Hello? I think technology always defeats us in this case. Just to do a mic check with my team here, if you can hear me. Shalakbe, is it better now? Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Apologies, I don't know where you missed me, you lost me, but given time, I'm just going to go over that very quickly. Which is that, as I said, the Head Start program is a sector-based entrepreneurship and livelihoods program for vulnerable and low-income population households across, the continent. We started with Nigeria, with a number of states in Nigeria, Rivers State, Kebbi, Kwara, and counting every day. And the idea is to focus on high-value agricultural products and ensure that people, these, amazing farmers that we have who who are risking, everything they have every day to be able to provide, livelihoods for themselves, meet their needs every day, get the requisite education, technical and business skills training, to be able to better improve their yields. They get access to the right type of inputs, the right type of funding, the right type of business advisory support, and continuous monitoring and evaluation from us to make sure that we overall improve and enhance their yields, enhance the productivity of their crops, thereby improving their incomes and livelihoods, so that they can go and do all of the things that they would like to do, and meet their their basic needs, and also be able to save and invest for the future. So the agripreneur program is super critical, because these are, as I said, segments of the population that do not have access to proper capacity building. They're not in any form of organized cooperatives or groups. They are often financially included, often illiterate, often excluded, and actually in the informal economy. So they're not seen by many of these interventions that are being deployed. And they're very critical people, as they're important employers of labor, they're important contributors of to the GDP. They're important in ensuring that these 278 million people who are hungry on the continent are not hungry anymore, but they have access to the relevant support. And of course, in the long term, the intention is, once productivity has been improved, to essentially enable them move up the value chain, to start processing some of these agricultural products, so that they can enhance their income, but also contribute more meaningfully even to the GDPs of their respective countries. And then, of course, SOSF LEAD initiatives and challenges, which is where LEAD4CHANGE initiative that we're here on falls under. And it's really our non-programmatic interventions, challenges that we do, implementations where we partner with other organizations, where we're not necessarily the lead in the design and implementation of the interventions, but we're very critical in ensuring that that is achieved in line with SDG 17. We've worked with several organizations here: Open Peace Foundation, British Council, the Area I, and MTN, UNICEF, and several other organizations as well. And we continue to do so every day in this regard. So definitely always looking forward to organizations that we can partner with, in order to be able to achieve. So that's it in sum, for the work that we do. Very critical. And I would just like to, at this point, pause to call upon, everyone to join us in this course, whether you can be a volunteer, a mentor, a donor, a sponsor, a trainer, a consultant. You can give us access to your country, your communities, where we can potentially work with you. You can join the next cohort of the LEAD4CHANGE Innovators, as we will be presenting to you today, so that you can also design your own interventions with our support, and you can be able to be the change you hope to be in your own communities. And also you could be a government as well, where we can work with you to develop your policies and your procedures, and how we can better implement together for a greater continent, for a greater Africa, for a greater world, and truly the type of world that we see and economic development in all aspects. So thank you very much, Sholape. I'm not going to take any more time. I will hand over to Sholape to talk through the rest of the program today, which I'm super excited for, and to hear from all of the different amazing 6 finalists that will be pitching today. So thank you so much, Sholape. Over to you, and look forward to interacting with you the rest of the session today. Thank you.
Us in the best way we can, the good work that we've been doing so far. So I'll be taking us through the LEAD4CHANGE Innovators initiative. The amazing so far. It has been really amazing managing this project. So the Lead for Change Innovators is a biennial initiative, and here we bring exceptional innovators to converge and solve the greatest challenges of our time. What does this mean? So allows or gives avenue for corporates and individuals to submit and social businesses that are aimed at solving social issues. Interestingly, during the application process from 5 African countries, wow, we got from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Kenya, from South Africa, and from Ethiopia. Reached several milestones, starting from the application stage where we got 114 application entries from these 5 African countries I mentioned earlier. Then we went on to the Lead for Change Masterclass. We brought on board 5 judges to help in the assessments of this application, and this made SOSF make informed decisions in bringing up the 50 successful applicants that went. Had 3 facilitators. We also had 3 modules, which were on building an entrepreneurship mindset, communicating, leading, launching, implementing, and sustaining solutions, partnership for these solutions. Then we went on to pick 11 successful participants. And what the criteria for picking these 11? Those were people that were actively involved, submitted all assessments that were required of them. So the So I was taking us through the initiative. So the people that went through the business plan session were people that had revenue generating. How do you come up with a pitch deck for your business? So we had one facilitator to take this. We now had the 11 success Lead for Change Hub. Here we had 4 facilitators and we had 4 modules on strategic planning and leadership and execution, strategic leadership and teamwork. How do you communicate your vision? And most importantly, networking. Here at this Advanced Lead for Change as well, we matched this 11, took them through how to develop their pitch deck and also gave them expert advice in their field of successful participants. Noja from Nigeria. We have Edward Osai from Ghana. We have Lily Elo Abdusalam from Nigeria. Saidi Mohammed from Nigeria. Cecilia Karil Matsaya from South Africa, Sandra Sunday from Nigeria, Frederick Obogo from Kenya, from Nigeria. Of the pictures from our master classes. These are pictures from our business plan session and from our Advanced Lead for Change Hub. Now, we wouldn't have gotten to the heights we've gotten without our technical partners. We appreciate every single one of you. For the judges that assess the application entries, we have Azaya Duko, who is a business development manager at Glee Consult. We have Yvonne Jonah, the project coordinator at Foundation for Partnership Initiatives in the Niger Delta. Knowledge. We have Halima Ibrahim Abba, which we saw earlier, who is the board chair of Skilled Outside School Foundation. We have our CEO of Skilled Outside School Foundation, Maureen Chukwuemeka. We have Fatima Aliyu, who is the entrepreneurship group. We have Kingsley Ime, the CEO of Kinspire Resources. We have Yvonne Jonah, the project coordinator. Delta. Our business mentors, we thank you for your guidance for our participants. We have Dr. Hamid Adediro, the managing partner of Rolling Stones Consultancy Services. We have Martin Umbono, who is the associate at Vested World Management Limited. We have Kenneth Uba, who is the managing director at Ailia Limited. We have Mohammed Sabokiana, who is the team lead at Amaduri Child Rights Initiative. We have Shalom Baje, who is the senior manager, corporate services, Skilled Outside School Foundation. We have Tobiloba Mayokun, who is the director at We have Vanessa Akubo Yang, who is the administrator at International Community School, Abuja. And we have Taiwo Yusuf, who is the manager at Solid Industries. Now we're at the pitch events. This is what we're gathered here today. We have 6 pitches, which are based on social. Let's meet our 6 finalists. She will be pitching on eco-friendly furnitures, pitching on market accessibility. We have Edward Osai, who is unavoidably absent, so he won't be pitching. We have Lillian Fobi from Nigeria, who will be pitching on empowering out-of-school children. We have Bello Abdul Salam from Nigeria. He will be pitching on training of basic life skills and medical emergencies. And we have Saidi Mohammed from Nigeria, pitching on eco-friendly furnitures. What are the prizes that 6 finalists or 5 finalists now are going to be pitching to get? So first of all, we got these our 6 finalists from the people that submitted their pitch deck from the 11. That is what qualified them to be in the finals. We have the first prize going with 500,000 Naira. The second prize, 250,000 Naira. The third prize, 150,000 Naira. Now, our top 3 participants will get free access to Moazo Africa's Social Enterprise Clinic, which exclusively addresses the health. So the other participants will want the screen to talk. So sorry, I'll be with you back in a minute. So it's just internet. Okay, and we are back. Okay, so I'll taking us through the prizes. So our consolation prizes for the other participants, they'll be going on with 25,000 naira each. They'll also have the opportunity to work with SOSF to set up crowd fundraising for their projects. They'll also have free publicity and marketing for their fundraising activities on our platform. Additionally, all finalists will be going home with a certificate of completion, badge of honor for placement on their CV, social media accounts or websites, free CV and cover letter review, letter of commendation, recommendation letter to any institution of their choice, a 2-hour career or business mentorship, and admittance into the Lead4CHANGE Innovators Alumni Network to access to life skills, career development tools, business tools, opportunities, SSF partners to also benefit from in-kind and fundraising supports. Wow, those are really amazing prizes, I would say. We thank all our sponsors that made this pitch event a success. We appreciate you, Tungsten Entrepreneurship Group. We appreciate you, GLE Education, Rolling Stones Consultancy Services, and Mwazo Africa. Thank you so much, all our sponsors. And so our individual sponsors as well, Martin Obono, an associate of Vested Wealth Management Limited, and Dr. Hamid Adediro, managing partner, Rolling Stones Consultancy. Now let's meet our judges for the pitch event. First off, engineer Bello Tongo, who is the CEO at Tungsten Entrepreneurship Group. We also have Mr. Azaya Aduku, who is the Business Development Manager at GLE Consult. We have Mr. Martin Umbono, who is an associate at Vested World Management Limited. We have Dr. Hamid Adediran, who is the managing partner, Rolling Stones Consultancy Services. And we have Mr. Abdul Malik Tadamosi, who is the Deputy Director, the Presidency Bureau of Public Enterprise, Abuja. So before we get into the introduction of the finalists, you can visit our website at www.skillsoutsideschool.com and also on LinkedIn at Skills Outside School Foundation, Instagram at Skills Outside School Foundation, Facebook, Skills Outside School Foundation. You can also see us on Twitter as SOSS_Foundation1 and on YouTube, Skills Outside School Foundation. So we'll be introducing our 6 finalists who are going to be pitching with the exemption of one, but we'll still introduce him. So sit back and watch this video as we meet our finalists. Thank you.
Emanuela Appiah is a 26-year-old native of Ashanti, living in Kumasi. She has worked in the sustainability industry for the past 4 years, volunteering with a number of organizations who helped her to kickstart her business. Professionally, she is a brand strategist and graphic designer with over 6 years of experience. She is also skilled in copywriting and social media marketing. She's a 3rd-year student of Kwame Nkrumah University, Science and Technology, studying BSc Forest Resources Technology. She started and currently still volunteered for McKinsey Africa and Cali Edge Foundation in 2019. She briefly volunteered with Recycle of Ghana, where she learned about business development with design thinking strategy. In late 2020, she led a team to represent Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to participate in the ASU DevX World Act 10, where they presented a prosthetic leg made out of recycled plastic, bamboo, and sawdust, and they won in that category. From September 2020 to March 2021, she was trained in sustainable business development and impact of Accra, after which she won a grant of 15,000 Ghana cedis. She used this money in addition to the 20,000 Ghana cedis she gathered from friends and family to register Green Ecoworks and use the rest to buy machines for prototyping and testing of the recycled plastic material. During this period, Emanuela collected plastic waste from the campus of Kwame Nkrumah University Science and Technology and used some of it in her experiment. Throughout 2021, she collected over 350 kilograms, used about 80 kilograms of bottle tops, and gave the rest to a nearby recycling firm. By March 2022, she had studied and refined the process of making panels out of ADPE and PP. She had also learned how to operate small-scale machinery for making lumber out of plastic waste. Emanuela's social business addresses SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, SDG 11, sustainable species and community, and SDG 13, life below water and life on land, SDG 13. Michael Onoja is a social activist, the co-lead activist of a social movement called Evolve Nigeria. He's a third-year student of computer science at Federal University, Lokoja, a creative writer, video creator, and graphic designer. Having identified the poor purchase of locally made goods as a core hindrance to economic progress, he and his team then realized that people had no easy way of accessing or identifying these products. So they decided to come up with an idea to build a marketplace that does not just accommodate manufacturers, but local farmers and artisans as well. The name of his social business is Local Marketplace, which aims to connect local customers with manufacturers, with the aim of manufacturers accessing markets. The social business addresses SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Edward Osai is a Ghanaian and holds a Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering from the University of Mines and Technology, Takwa. He has worked in the upstream oil and gas industry for about 2 years. He is the co-founder of Tenax Oilfield Limited, a registered company which provides services to the oil and gas industry in Ghana. He currently works as a welder and fabricator at Makhama Engineering Company Limited. He is very passionate about technical and vocational education and training and believes in skill development. It is out of this belief he is establishing Skill Up Savannah, a non-profit organization which aims to train the youth in welding and fabrication. He loves engineering. The social business Skill Up Savannah addresses SDG 4, policy education, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 10, reduce inequalities. Lillian F.B. is a policy expert, passionate about effective policies for good governance, strengthening democracy, education, and development. She is currently a master's student of international relations at Oxford Brookes University. Lillian hopes to use her passion-driven expertise through intelligent data to advocate for policies and programs that strengthen democracy, development, and good governance. Lillian has worked on various programs and projects that promote accountability, transparency, good governance, citizen engagement, and social advocacy, and one of such is the freedom of information advocacy to enlighten citizens on the use and awareness of the FOI as a tool for accountability and transparency. She was recognized in 2020 as an African Union Top 20 Innovator. She has also worked in the policy and international development space with organizations such as AIA International Foundation, White Monitor, Electoral College Nigeria, Lagos State Governance, and so on, and has worked on several development and governance-oriented projects, such as the ROLAC Anti-Corruption Project, Governance Barometer, Lagos State Government on the Eco-Excel Project, Slum to School Africa, and currently works on an Almajiri reformation project called Skills on Wheels to empower out-of-school children with educational and economic skills. Lillian is also a 2021 Commonwealth Scholar, Young Innovation Leader Fellow, and a Golden Global Fellow. A social project, which is Skills on Wheels, addresses SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 2, zero hunger, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 5, gender equality, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 10, reduce inequality. Bello Abdul Salam is an intellectually curious social innovator who is passionate about addressing global health, educational, and environmental issues. Currently, he is a member of the Nigerian Youth Task Team of the African Youth Partnership for Equitable Recovery from COVID-19 pandemic. Abdul Salam has won several awards and prizes, including SDNS Climate Champion Innovation Award, LEAP Africa's Community Project Grant Award, and Alesso Foundation Leadership Challenge. Abdul Salam is also an undergraduate medical student of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Nigeria. He enjoys researching, writing, and networking. Abdul Salam's social project is the Rescue Club, which aims to train senior secondary school students on basic life support skills and selected responses to medical emergencies. His social project addresses SDG 3, health and well-being. Saidi Omar Mohammed is a certified business manager from the European Business University of Luxembourg, a final year student of Applied Chemistry, Osman Danfodio University, Sokoto. He is the CEO and founder of Greenlight Solution and Glossom Cosmetics, a campus reporter at Vanguard Press, Osman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and director of graphics at Drug Free Club, Osman Danfodio University, Sokoto. As an advocate of a greener society, he founded Greenlight Solution, a startup firm that focuses on recycling plastic waste into a wooden-like material known as PHP composites to replace wood and reduce deforestation and plastic waste. Some of his remarkable achievements include a 2021 NSBP finalist, 2022 Host Prize on Campus winner, Young Innovative Leader Fellow, 2022 cohort, and was a participant in the Innovation Challenge in Sustainable Chemistry and Waste. Saidi Mohammed's Social business Green Light addresses SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, SDG 9, industry innovation and infrastructure, SDG 13, climate action, SDG 14, life below water, and SDG 15, life on land.
Thank you, and that is our 6 finalists. So we'll be going straight into the pitching. We'll be having Emanuela Apia going first. Emanuela Apia is from Ghana, and she's going to be pitching on eco-friendly furniture. Emanuela Apia, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Hello, good morning to the distinguished panel and all who are present. My name is Emanuela Apia, and I'm the founder of Green EcoWorks. So I identified 4 main problems which started Green EcoWorks. That is plastic waste pollution. In Ghana, we generate over 1.1 million metric tons of plastic waste annually, but less than 1% of that is accounted for. Also, Ghana is at risk of losing 60% of its forest due to the cutting of trees for furniture. Also, apart from the cutting of the trees, some of the problems we face after getting these trees down is that we use the wood to make furniture, which doesn't last very long. Even if it lasts for 10 years, it starts decaying. So that's also the third problem. And if you want it to last long, you have to also enhance it with other materials, which comes as another cost to furniture makers and furniture buyers. I looked at this and I decided that I'll bring up a solution that is recycled plastic material, which can be used in construction, for furniture, and for interior design. So this material solves all 4 of the problems I've stated. And the mission or vision of Green EcoWorks is to see, the vision of Green EcoWorks is to see a world in which there is no waste wasted. No waste is wasted in this vision. And our mission is to help people to see this vision also and get involved actively. So we want people to experience the possibility of it and the practicality. That is why we want to make furniture out of recycled plastic. So far, we have been able to make some furniture which has been placed on KNUST campus, and people who see it are always amazed. Some people who don't even know about recycling, when they see it, they know that it's possible and they are willing to get involved. We have a market of $48 million, approximately $48 million in the furniture industry in Ghana, which is projected to reach about $84 million in the next 3 years. So we want to tap into this market by producing mostly furniture within the first 3 years and expanding to other products within the next 3 years. There are also 2,500 active construction companies in Ghana who we are targeting as some of the markets. We are targeting middle to high income earners. For the individuals, we are targeting middle to high income earners who are creating spaces for their family and friends. We are also targeting NGOs who are building infrastructure for underprivileged communities. We are targeting companies and organizations who want to incorporate circular design and sustainability in their CSR projects. And we are also targeting public spaces in general, like schools, hotels, churches, resorts, tourist sites, and all that. Our value proposition is that this solution we are bringing is more cost effective than wood, and it lasts longer than wood, which will help us to preserve our forests and also help us to clean up the waste, the plastic waste in our communities. Also, the product is customizable when we are creating it, because we can use different colors. We can mix the colors for whoever is ordering for the product. Also, when we are creating the products, there's not a lot of waste created because every offcut and every dust is collected and recycled back into another product. Our competition is local furniture producers and local producers of wood material. Some of these companies are Winnehawk Fabrication, Kodro Concepts. These people make very beautiful products, but they use wood. So some of them are our competitors. We are also competing with furniture importers who may also become retailers of our product if we are able to bring it on the market. And our advantage over them is that we are an eco-friendly company that is helping people to incorporate eco-friendliness in their lives and in their business operations. We aim to make money by selling the products, by leasing it for those who want to be able to change the products monthly or yearly. So if you can't buy, you can lease it for a while. And if you feel tired of it, you can bring it back. We can, because the product is recyclable, we can reuse it to make new products and then give you a new product, a new design of the same product or another product after your time is up, which you'll be paying monthly for that. And we are also planning to export when we have the capacity. And within the next 3 to 5 years, we will start exportation. With the plan we have made, we'll be able to make our money back, as in reach. We'll be able to break even in the next 3 years and be able to also expand. And we will be able to also grow our income by 33% after the next 3 years and within the next 5 years, after we reinvest and increase our capacity. Some of the needs we have right now is a workshop or a workspace where we'll be making the furniture daily. We need a solar PV, which we will use as our power source most of the time because we don't want to depend on the grid. And we also need some machines, and also, yes, you also need some machines. We want to make an impact on the people and on the environment. We want to help to reduce the plastic waste. We want to help reduce deforestation, and we want to promote circular economy. We also want to create jobs for people and get people involved in the creation of circular economy so that they'll also live sustainable lives and incorporate sustainability in their lives. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emanuela. Please, questions for Emanuela.
Yes, thank you, Shalakwe, if I can go. I just have one key question for Emanuela. Thank you. It's a very interesting idea, and I see it mainly that you would be targeting the property market, if I can say that, in terms of its interior design, whether commercial or residential real estate. So my question is still tied to the market, basically, whether as individuals, families, or organizations for their interior design. For you, what have you found out in your market research in terms of how ready is the market? What concerns do they have regarding this form of furniture or whatever thing you're creating? And then also, what sort of sense do you get from the market in terms of the product that will be most popular or most acceptable for them that you make?
Sorry, Manuela, we can't hear you. Could you kindly unmute your mic?
Hello?
Okay,
Yes,
let me repeat the question if you can hear me now. Can you confirm, Manuela, you can hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Yes, okay. So my question is in terms of your your market, basically. I'm assuming you've done a market research. So what have you found in terms of the market readiness? How ready are they for this kind of manufacturing or this kind of product invention? Number two, what concerns have they raised or have you sensed from this type of invention or this type of product manufacturing? And then number three, what do you see as the most popular product that, or the most easy to buy product that they will buy immediately as soon as you create it or that you market it to them?
Okay, so far we've attended some trade shows and there was a lot of interest from the people, including businesses and individuals. Some people who have already expressed interest, as in they want some of the products. And what we calculated was about 55,000 cedis between October and December. That's the amount of products that was requested for, but we haven't been able to produce because we don't have some of the equipment. So that shows us that there's a lot of interest. Apart from that, some organizations have approached me about getting involved on some projects in rural areas. One of them was talking about building a school with recycled plastic material. Another one is into education. So they were talking about making desks for some of the kids. And a few days ago, another person approached me about making bins. They want to do a CSR project. So they would like to have the bins made out of recycled plastic. So that tells me that there's a lot of interest. And the second question, sorry, I think I've forgotten the second question.
Yeah, that same market, what concerns have they raised so far about this form of manufacturing?
Okay, the concerns so far have been the design. So they want, some people they want to know whether they can have different designs than what I was displaying. And that is something we are working on, because we want our process to be like, if someone needs a custom furniture, instead of making it, we'll first design it with 3D modeling for them to see based on their specs. And then if they see it and they like it, we'll produce it for them. We will also be making general products to fit the markets at the moment. What is already there, as in the wooden ones, we'll make similar products too. So if they see the design online and they like, we can also produce it for them. That is if they want it involved. So the design is the most important part. And the second one is the finishing. The material itself is a bit rough. So some people were concerned that it will always be rough, but there are 3 different types of finishing they can get. Either we spray it, or we polish it, or we keep it in the natural state. So they have different choices to make when it comes to the finishing. Apart from that, there hasn't been any other concerns they have about it. And the third one.
Yeah, thank you. I think you've kind of answered the third question in the first part of the question, which is, it depends, I guess, on what they're looking for, whether in office or in school and all that. Because the third question was basically, what is the most popular product that you think they will be willing to buy immediately if you make using this form of manufacturing? Will it be chair? Will it be a decoration? Will it be table, desk? And all that. That was what the third question was.
Okay, thank you very much, Emanuela. Thank you very much, Engineer Bello Songo. So up next, we'll be having Michael Onoja from Nigeria. Thank you. Michael Onoja, please, your mic is muted. And please remember you have 5 minutes to pitch. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Onoja, and I'm a co-founder of Global Marketplace. Nigeria runs on a negative trade balance as its import rates exceeds its export rate, which is large crude oil and some agricultural products. This is partly because products made overseas are circulated and accessible by vendors, but not domestic products. For example, we have a promising clothing, footwear, and textile industry in the city of Aba, but most of their products are traded only physically and usually in large quantities. This has given room for substandard imported products to dominate the market and deny local manufacturers the opportunity to make sufficient sales. However, Glocal will be changing this narrative by making access to domestic products easy. Sorry, the network just broke here. So as I was saying, however, Glocal will be changing this narrative by making access to the one anywhere and anytime. Glocal is a marketplace for trading locally made products. It connects both local and international buyers to local producers. It also seeks to drive rural e-commerce by enabling artisans, consumers across borders with an easy-to-use live stream feature. Our vision is to be the marketplace accelerating economic growth in Africa, and our mission is to facilitate the innovation, consumption, and exportation of domestic commerce. The market size is $8.52 billion, and we are targeting young people aged 25 to 35 with interest in fashion and beauty products. Our value propositions are easy access to domestic products, convenient shopping, wide range of products for buyers, less operational costs for sellers, and reward for the top performing sellers in order to enhance competition. And Conga. And our competitive advantage is that we will be allowing artisans, SMEs, farmers, and even individual creators to sell, not only formal businesses. We will also be regulating prices in order to the effects of inflation on buyers. The platform will be a user-friendly website that is powered by artificial intelligence and operable by computer illiterates. And finally, custom-made products will be made available on taking a 15% commission on every transaction. We expect to break even in the next 5 years with a revenue of 38.9 million naira and a profit of 3.9 million naira. We need 102.6 million naira to build the platform, hire essential talent, carry out marketing, and other operations for the next 5 years until we attain profitability. The success yield reduce unemployment, increase in industrial production, poverty reduction, increase in the value of the naira, and diversification of export products. The team is made up of 3 co-founders. Michael Onoja is the CEO, science, a social activist, a creative writer, a graphics designer, and a video creator. Favor Emmanuel is the Chief Operations Officer. He is a student of statistics, an affiliate marketer, a graphics designer, and a video creator. Esther Geography. She is a travel journalist and a freelance creative and content writer. We have onboarded a few sellers via word of mouth marketing. We have created our social media channels with which we will be engaging our users through content marketing. We have initiated the registration process of the business name, and we have also carried out a feasibility study on the Aba Artisans Market, also known as the Area Market. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Michael Onoja. So please, questions for Michael. Thank you.
Hello, hi, Michael. Nice to meet you. That was an excellent pitch. So the question I have for you is around delivery and logistics. So how are you providing that on your platform, or are the sellers going to do that themselves? Also, I mean, the reason why I'm asking this question is because, you know, if you introduce one of these sellers to a buyer, then, you know, the next transaction might be off your websites, and then, you know, that's sort of like has a disintermediation issue. So you lose the future occurring revenue from that transaction. So yeah, how are you handling delivery of your, of the products on the websites? And also, sorry, one last question, just quickly add in how you're able to source these local producers in the country. Just, I think you have a good story around it. I just want you to shed more light on it. You know, like you mentioned about producers, how you're able to, you know, meet up with folks like that and other people so that you can build up the products on the website. So logistics and how you're able to get suppliers on the websites. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. My team intends to have a representative sent there, most likely in January, sent to Aba, because from our feasibility study, we learned that the suppliers in Aba are not very familiar with online trade. So they prefer to sell their things physically. They have a mentality of things being online as scam. So they, from the studies we carried out, we learned that they don't really listen to people who are far off. They prefer the business representing itself humanly to them, for them to trust the business. So we're going to be having someone sent there to go and speak to them and give them the assurance that we are not collecting their money. What we are doing is to help them to rather double their sales than to just limit what they can actually achieve with what they are selling. And as for the delivering, for every supplier that we onboard, we are first going to order their products. We are going to order their products the way customers will regularly do, so that we can ensure that the delivery process is one that that people have. So we'll know that the suppliers we have can be trusted. So we first order the products from every supplier before we allow them to give the products to other customers that we will be having on our platform. But we are ordering the products, not letting them know that we are the ones taking it. We are ordering it like we are just regular customers. So we can be sure that they meet the standards required.
Okay, thanks. That's excellent answers. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martin Obono and Michael, for your pitch. Up next, we'll be having Lillian Efobi from Nigeria, and she'll be pitching on empowering out-of-school children. Lillian Efobi, please go ahead. Remember, you have 5 minutes to pitch. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kelape. Good afternoon, everyone. I need to confirm that you all can hear me. Please, can
yes,
I get
Lillian, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So it takes a skill and more to empower a child and transform their life positively. Hello, everyone. My name is Lillian Efobi, and I serve as the head research and development at Skills on Wheels Nigeria. In October 2022, UNESCO released a latest statistic on the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria, pegging it at 20 million. Now, this is in comparison to the statistics released by UNICEF in 2021, which pegged the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria at 10.5 million. Despite all this, the efforts being made by the government, NGOs, and NGOs to address this challenge with little or no effort due to the lack of user-centered solutions. This is where my team and I comes in with our innovation called Skills on Wheels, a team of 4 young innovators. Basically, Skills on Wheels is to empower out-of-school children with basic literacy, numeracy, vocational, and entrepreneurial skills. In the course of my engagement with the SOF training and also the Tungsten team, we will be having 2 more skills for business and life skills. Our innovation as piloted in Akinyele Community Center in Ibadan, with the support of the Oyo State Ministry of Women Affairs. Now, Oyo State has the highest number of out-of-school children in southwestern Nigeria. Our target beneficiaries are the out-of-school children and their parents, especially in Oyo State, the Akinyele Community Center, where the parents of these children are persons with disability. Our innovation is geared on improving the human capital development of Nigeria, reducing insecurity, because no economy would thrive in the presence of insecurity, reducing the illiteracy level in Nigeria, and also reducing poverty rates, child labor, teenage pregnancy, early child marriage, and other vices that comes with having out-of-school children in a country or a community. Now, how do we do this? One of the ways we get to do this is by selecting children who fit into the following criteria. Children 10 years and above to enroll in technical or life skills, children 4 years and above to enroll in the literacy and numeracy skill for a duration of 9 months. Now, for the technical skills, the duration depends on the choice skill that the child has selected. Yes, we also hope to infuse technology in the long term, because currently the children we are dealing with, infusing technology would be kind of a limitation or a barrier for them. But in the long term, we'll infuse the technology. Our business model is actually a non-profit. However, we've been able to come up with an enterprise arm which will ensure the sustainability and long-term impact of our innovation. And this enterprise arm is based on the products and services made by the children, which will be displayed at trade fairs or public events for members of the public to purchase and support what we are doing. Yes, there are people doing similar things just as we have. But then why are we unique? Why are we different? We are unique and different because not just are we focused on educating or empowering these children with educational skills, but we are looking at the long-term sustenance of these children in terms of skill empowerment to make them financially independent and socially included in the society. So far, so good. We've been able to achieve the following in the course of our ideation, which started in 2021. We've been able to successfully carry out an empathy-based research, empower the parents at Akinyele Community Center with soap making skills. We've also been able to launch our project, Skills Drive project in Akinyele Community Center. We've been recognized by the Clinton Global Initiative, the Tungsten Entrepreneur Educational Summit, Aliwa Leadership and Youth Forum. We've also enrolled 4 children in their choice skills. Now we are addressing SDG 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, and 10. Yes, our funding model can be business to business, business to clients, business to grants. However, with a sum of 50,000, we can transform the life of an out-of-school child. And with 1 million and above, we can sustainably scale our innovation. Though currently we are self-funded, because we believe in the impact and the sustainability of our innovation in the long term in Nigeria and in the lives of these children. For monitoring and evaluation, monthly we assess these children on the literacy and numeracy skills, and there has been improvement. We also assess them quarterly on the technical skills they learn. Now, our team is made up of experts in communication space, the legal space, innovation experts, and even in the development space. I solicit with you today that not just to hear me speak or pitch our innovation, but also to support us through monetary donations, human resources support, partnerships, to support and change the narrative of out-of-school children in Nigeria, to also change the narrative of our majority children in Nigeria, because the truth is every child has the right to access quality education. Every child has the right to be empowered with skills that will make them useful to themselves and to the society. And every child has the right to fulfill their vision or their dreams in the society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lillian Efobi, for the wonderful presentations. Before my question, I must commend your pedigree and your resourcefulness for the data you generated, which is akin to my similar judging session in Afghanistan, Morocco, and Iraq on the UNSDGs. Thank you so much. My question is very simple, but I would love your reply, your answer to be structured. My expectation from you will have to address what, where, why, and how. So these are the question. You see it in the question, but I would love your answer to address all these points. You have it in your presentation, you have it in your research, but I want it to be very structured. As a master student, master the solution, and especially tie it to the SDG 4. This is the question. Kindly clarify your data and presentation. Define what is the problem. You are addressing out of school children. What is the problem? Describe specifically where the problem is happening. Explain why this problem is affecting a particular set of people and the nexus of your smart solution and your innovative approach. How do you intend in your proposal to generate a new form of citizen engagement in our educational system, akin to SDG4 goals and development? Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question, sir. But I would love you to repeat my
Okay.
effort of
Okay. Kindly clarify how your data and presentation defines what is the problem. Describe specifically where the problem is happening. Explain who the problem affects. Outline why this problem is affecting a particular set of people and the nexus of your smart solution proposal for new form of citizen engagement in our education system, akin to the SDG4. I'm just summarizing your presentation and your research background, but I want you to own it because you are a champion, you are a star. And if you understand the problem, the solution, and the presentation, you can solve it, you can evoke a global that will solve out of school children. So address it, clarify your research and your data, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So for the problem, now this is based on my data where I talked about the statistics that have been released by UNESCO and how that UNESCO comparing that of UNICEF and UNESCO in 2021 and 2022. And now there's actually been an increase in the number of out-of-school children. Now, the federal government has actually tried to address this issue. This problem currently happens in northern Nigeria, but we also get out-of-school children all over the country. Now Marjorie children makes up 70% of the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria, meaning that the northern Nigeria is the major focus. But if you go across the country, you see out-of-school children, not even just in Nigeria, but also in other global south countries. Now, the government has tried to address this issue, previous government administrations, but then there seems to have been little or no effort. The current administration released a development plan for 2021 to 2025, whereby they talked about the fact that they will be including vocational and entrepreneurial skills in the plan. Now, this is also for out-of-school children, and that is where we come in. Because we've seen that the previous government tried to address it and made no progress. Why did it not make any progress? Maybe they engaged with these children, maybe they did not. But before we began implementation, we carried out an empathy-based research with these children. And that does not mean that because of our implementation, we did not come across challenges that limited us or limited what we are doing. We face challenges, but we discuss with these children, what do you think would be of benefit to you? Currently, these children, what they do basically is to beg on the street for sustenance. And we know that that is not a sustainable mode of living. That is not just to them, but even to Nigeria, even to you and I cannot travel to the east this Christmas. No, some persons cannot travel by their road because we had a series of insecurity issues, which is kind of connected to what we have in the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. Because we've engaged with these children, they said, oh, they want to learn this skill and they want to just understand education at a certain level. Some of them desire to go to university and some of them do not desire. So it's not something you come to force them that, oh, you must compulsorily go to school. Some of them want to make money to survive and be able to cater for their basic needs rather than begging people. Money coming from people will never be enough. Now, the problem.
Thank you.
I'm not done, sir. I'm not done, sorry.
Okay.
Now,
Go ahead.
Thank you. Now, the problem is to, in line with our empathy-based research, empower these children with basic literacy skills and entrepreneurial or vocational skills that will make them financially independent and socially included in society, because most times they're marginalized, they don't get involved in activities in society. And
Upon completion of the program, the successful participants will be empowered with mini grants to start up their own businesses. Now, when they start up their own businesses, they also get to empower other out-of-school children, meaning that we cannot do it alone. So we also need the support of these children, meaning that what we are currently doing with these children has to be success so they can empower, and this also tends to reduce the number of other children on the street. Our solution is smart because, like I said, it is skill-oriented. From my introductory session, I talked about how it takes more than a skill. Thanks to Skills Affective Foundation and the Tungsten Advisory Team, when I met with them, they talked about the need of adding business skills and life skills. This will change the mindset of the children. And also in the course of going through this program, these children will be learning. I talked about how other competitors have been doing similar things in terms of focusing on empowering them with literacy skills. But then that's not what they need. They need to eat, to be alive. So what are you doing in that aspect? And that's where the business skills and the life skills come in, to change their mindset that they can actually be great and they can be somebody better in the future and even to themselves and society.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Okay, thank you very much, Liliana. Thank you very much, Mr. Gbadamosi, for that. So up next, we'll be having Bello Abdul Salam from Nigeria, who'll be pitching on training basic life skills and medical emergencies. Bello Abdul Salam, please go ahead. Okay, Bello Abdul Salam is not on. Please let's move on to Saidi Mohammed. Saidi Mohammed is from Nigeria and he will be pitching on eco-friendly furniture. Saidi, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, please, I'm coming. I want to sort my phone. Just a minute. Can you see me?
Yes, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Saidi Mohammed. I'm the CEO of Greenlight Solution. And here is my problem statement. For some decades now, we have been facing a lot of challenges due to anthropological activities. These challenges are climate change, environmental degradation, plastic waste generation, air pollution. All these contribute to global warming and irregularities in our ecological system. Nigeria alone generates 2.5 million tons of plastic annually. The country disposal and waste management is very inefficient, with 70% of this plastic ending up in landfills and water bodies. The second problem we have been facing is deforestation. Do you know that Nigeria accounts for 350 to 400,000 acres of land being destroyed annually because of deforestation? The furniture industry being the world's third largest consumer of this furniture material. This is like a threat to our ecological health and both our economical health. Now, the third problem is agricultural waste, and our emphasis is mainly on the groundnut shell. And the reason being that Nigeria is the second largest producer of groundnut in the world. Production of this groundnut has been generating a lot of waste in our environment, known as peanut husk, which is groundnut shell. Now, groundnut shell, when burned, it releases carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, thereby diminishing our ozone layer. Now, effort to find or limited application environmental causing challenges into a value-added product that will create a circular economic and long-term job creation. And that is where Greenlight comes in. By offering a substitute for wood material, thereby reducing deforestation. Greenlight is recycling plastic waste and peanut husk to produce a substitute for wood materials in furniture and construction industry. Our product is eco-friendly and also water resistant in comparison with MDF, HDF, and other products in the market. And our production processes is our production processes. Number one is we are going to pre-treat our peanut husk. After pre-treatment, we are going to grind it. Then from the grinding, the washing of peanut husk, and then reinforce with the plastic waste. And then after that, we now mold it, and then we now cut it at the based on the desired size. And this is our market size, 70 billion naira. And this is due to massive increase in urbanization and populational growth in the market. And our target market is 39 million users of furniture in Nigeria, such as furniture industry, interior decoration industry, construction firm, and professional carpenters. Our competitive advantage, although we do not have a direct competitor yet, but some of our indirect competitors are plywood MDF manufacturers. And what makes us different is that we offer cheaper, high quality, and eco-friendly products in comparison with this product. Our second competitive advantage is we have a proposed website. This website comprises 3 sections. The first section is the profile of our agent. These agents are the people that are going to recycle this waste material and submit it to us. Then we are now going to process it into a value-added product. And then the second section requires the market section where we are going to publish our products. And the traction, we've had about 7 agents registered in our company already, in addition to the already 12 agents. We've also partnered with peanut milling factories in our communities for adequate supply of this raw material. Recently, as of last year, a contract proposal came to us from the contractor from Project Infrastructure Limited during construction of A&E, that is accident and emergency, at the Federal Medical Center of Gusau. But due to the fact that we don't have a working machinery for massive production that will meet up with their demand, we've been able to, we are not, our contract is on hold for now because of that. And our business model, we sell different sizes of PHP composite. We have PHP board, PHP ceiling board, and the price ranges from 6,500 to 5,980. And our retailers earn 10% profit when they resell at a fair price. And our revenue income assumption, we are from now to 23 years, we are, okay, sorry. Okay, our first year units, we are going to produce 10,800 units of our product. And then by the next 3 years, we are going to produce 23,400 units, which will generate a 66% profit margin. And our target is 400 million revenue by 2025. Our impact, plastic waste reduction in our environment. We are going to reduce about 234 kg of plastic waste in our environment annually. We are going to recycle about 440,000 kg of granule shell in our environment annually. And we'll be saving about 200 trees in our environment annually from destruction. And these are my team. We are a team of diverse professions from various professions, such as computer scientists, industrial chemists, and a business manager. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Saidi Mohammed, for that. Please, question for Saidi.
Yes, I have a question for Saidi. Saidi, thank you for your pitch. I just want to ask, do you have a prototype of your product? Because you've talked about you have a prototype of your product, and have you gotten any feedback from potential buyers? And
yes,
do they have what has been the feedback? And then finally, with a financial projection of over 400 million by 2025, and with this percentage of your funds being allocated to marketing, how do you intend to advertise your products, and how do you intend to make a product more visible against your competitors?
Okay, first of all, we have a working prototype already. This is a sample. And this prototype, we submitted into about 10 professional carpenters in our community. They fight to us that they are good and also more stronger than the already MDF and HDF in the market. And recently, we submitted our prototype to Nigeria Standard Organization for processing. So we are now waiting for their feedback to get our certificates for the prototype so that we can continue with our production. So, and about the marketing, we have a proposed website which we are going to launch this December. So that website requires 2 sections. The first section is where we are going to market our products online for people to see. And we also have, we're working on how to build a workshop place where we're going to display our products. And recently we partnered with KAKA, which is a civil alliance for climate action. So we join hands together to sensitize the community against the use of this wood material that are causing deforestation, and then providing them with this substitute that they are going to use instead of that one. And this product is also cheaper and eco-friendly in comparison with the already wood materials in the market.
That's great. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, Said,
Yes, sir.
good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Ambrose Okolo.
Okay.
I want to ask a few questions. One, what is your cost of production? How do you sell? Do you sell per square meter or what? No specifications. What I'm looking at is if you have a market and I've made a projection of 400 million naira by 2025. Let's look at the numbers, how we arrived at that 400 million by 2024. That's in the next 3 years. Beyond this production of prototype you have, do you have something to show that you can produce that quantity or that number of units? That's one. Two, the Federal Medical Center that you talked about, Federal Medical Center Guzo, is it a contract that they awarded to you or just an inquiry? Thank you.
Okay, please, can I get your first question?
Okay, the first question is, one, you talked about 400 million naira revenue by 2025.
Okay.
Now, what are you going to sell to get that number in terms of either number of units or the unit and your unit prices, so that we'll have an idea of how you got that 400 million? Because if you can make a projection of 400 million with the profit margin you have talked about, then you shouldn't have a problem getting investors. That's one. Two, in terms of off-takers, people that will buy from you, you mentioned the Federal Medical Center, Guzo. Is there a contract to that, or was it just an inquiry? And then three, do you have a production unit that can produce, even if we say, okay, produce 2 sheets for us today, can you do that? Thank you.
Okay, the first question, we are producing 3 different types of products. The first one is ceiling board made up of PHP composite with the plastic waste. The second product is the 3 by 3 feet of PHP composite, and the third product is 8 by 4 feet of the PHP composite. Now, our aim is to produce the C-board, that is ceiling board, is to produce collectively, the first year we are targeting to produce 10,800 units. The next year we are targeting to produce 17,200 units, whereby the third year we are targeting to produce 23,400 units. This is our projection, but that won't be possible unless we have our working machinery. So, and that is the reason why we are looking for a fund now. And looking at the profit margin, our raw material is cheap. So we're getting this profit margin is very possible for us. In fact, recently we consult some of the factories that are producing, that are milling the granule shell. So those factories, they don't even have the use of the granule shell. Once they mill it, they remove the granule shell, they'll just throw it away to our environment. And sometimes they will burn it off. So they cannot even give us for free, but in order to encourage them to get it for them, so that is why we assign a specific price for that in order to be buying it from them. So the third one is the plastic waste. We already have our agents already distributed across the country that are going to be recycling this plastic waste to the company. So getting the raw material is one of the things that affect our profit margin, because it's very cheap. And the second question is, yes, the contracts are about Gusau Federal Medical Center. One of our members is a niece to one of the contractors there. So we presented our products to them, and he analyzed it, and he certified to us that the product is very good. And he asked us if we can be able to provide about 500 or 1,000 pieces for them within a short period of time. So as we noticed the situation, then we won't be able to provide for them. And he said, anytime we are ready, we should let him know. If there's any other contract, he's going to connect us. But he also advised us to certify our project at Nigeria Standard Organization, which we are already working on. And the third question is, we do not have a machinery that is capable of producing 10,000 units of our products now. Currently, we are using a local method which is the grinding machine, which helps us in grinding granule shells, and then the extrusion machine that helps us grinding the plastic waste. And then we are using a container to melt our products. And we also have our local mold for the prototype that shapes our products for us, but it cannot give us 10,000 units. We just made that for prototype sake. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so basically, as it is, what is it that you need to start production fully?
Okay, we need money to initiate our industry, that is the building of industrial sites. We need our machinery. The Bionics that's not share for us, and other machine need to register our business, which in collectively will cost about 264 million naira, Nigerian naira.
264 million naira.
In order to target the world, the nation, and Africa at large.
But you need to start small to grow big. So what do you need to start small and start producing?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
I said, what do you need to start production?
Okay, that is what I listed. I said that we need an industrial site where we are going to build our industry. We need the machinery, the working machinery, which include Bionics and reinforcement machine. Effectively, they will cost about 200 million naira.
No, what I'm saying is that let also like being practical too. If you need 264 million naira, according to you, that's good to have. What is it that is must have that you don't need to produce the 10,000 units, 10,800 units in the first year or 17,000 units in the second year? What do you need to start production today? Now, let me explain it to you. Let me explain why I'm asking this question. If it is that you need 264 million naira to start production, and it is that at some point, okay, if it is that you need 264 million naira and you realize that you get 10 million and you can't start, the 10 million will become a waste. Basically, that's what I'm trying to draw at, because you won't start production and you have funds with you.
Okay, I understand your question. Okay, we can also start in a low production processes, and this requires to have a small capacity machinery that will be able to produce in a very small quantity, which will require lesser amounts. Like, currently we are using a local grinding machine. We can also use that one to grind our peanut husk, and also the plastic waste. We can also grind it with using the plastic waste, the grinding machine. So those things are going to cost less than what will require us to produce 10,800 units.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Ambrose, please, are you done?
Yes, I am. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Saidi, for that. So that's all the pitches we have today. We're meant to have 5, but unfortunately, Bello Abdusalam. We're meant to have 6. I earlier mentioned that Edward Osa is unavoidably absent, and we're meant to have the 5th person. Unfortunately, is not on the call. So we've had our 4 pitches. So as the results are being collated, earlier, the founder of Skilled Outside School Foundation, Halima Ibrahimaba, talked about the good work that SOSF has done over time. So I want us to sit back and watch this video. Thank you very much.
Like every newsworthy dream built on the strength of men, we call on you to support SOSF Reach program. To use this opportunity right now to call upon individuals and organizations that see what SOS is doing, helping students find the right path and helping them to develop their careers in that path is very vital. A lot of young people are making mistakes with the career choices that they are making, and they are not getting the right skills that will help them thrive in the industry. Therefore, we need people to become financial partners with SOS Foundation. The year was 2014, when the Bridge program, which became Skills Outside School Foundation's flagship, was to expose youth in state secondary schools through workshops deployed by trained school teachers, trainers, and opportunities through partners and mentors to build them on skills, which are life skills, career awareness, academic skills, technical, vocational, and enterprise skills.
Hi, my name is Ali Fatima Adamu.
My name is Michael Mota, and my name is Samson Okadudo.
Essence gave me the opportunity to have full scholarship from the university education.
Foundation helped me to get a paid internship with an Irish organization. With this Irish organization, I now work full-time as a software developer.
Currently, I am the first person in my family to attend a tertiary institution.
The most interesting part for me is that I was assigned a career mentor who was always willing to guide me. I got my first laptop ever from a mentor I had never met.
What is the future? Like you, we believe that more young people deserve to be equipped with these basic skills that help them make better life, academic, and career choices. And this can only happen when we work together. Like every newsworthy dream built on the strength of men, we call on you to support SOSF Reach program. To use this opportunity right now to call upon individuals and organizations that see what SOS is doing, helping students find the right path and helping them to develop their careers in that path is very vital. A lot of young people are making mistakes with the career choices that they are making, and they are not getting the right skills that will help them thrive in the industry. Therefore, we need people to become financial partners with SOS Foundation.
So thank you very much for watching. Those are just some of the clips of the work that SOSF has done over the years. So we'll go straight into the goodwill remarks. So first up, we'll be calling on Engineer Bello Tongo to give his goodwill remarks. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you, Shola, and thank you for. I think I really need. It's not really easy because in Tungsten we see this regularly because one of our main interests is entrepreneurs, but also we are. So whether it's looking for a job or trying to start a business and pitching yourself in front of an investor or pitching yourself in front of an employer, it's really not easy. So I commend the participants. I've also had similar experiences in the past, trying to get a job, looking for clients, selling products, and etc. So I do commend them, and commend also the work that you guys have done with them, SOS, in terms of preparing them to get to this point. For us in Tungsten, we very similar beliefs or similar mandates with SOS, and this is why when the request came for Tungsten to sponsor this event, and for the participants, it's just for me, I want to say that they to get funding for your ideas or partners or whatever feedback you need, but also this is something that you can use. This is a platform that you can use and further enhance the idea. And I'm saying this because I saw in the proposals or requests that were sent that a lot of you requested for certain amount of money for the startup and all that, but it needs to be at the level of startup first or starting for it to attract such events. I mean, such funding. In case if you win today, you get the funding, or even if you don't win, just the next steps should be better enhancing the idea. Because yes, money is not stationary. It doesn't, I mean, it moves around. There's a saying actually that money only is attracted to value, basically. So the value that the investor is looking for, or the value that the partner is good to really know that you have enhanced your idea to attract that value or that funding, so that that exchange happens, whether it's equity or whatever form of value they're looking for. And for Tungsten also, very soon, we've launched this year during our TEAS 2022 event, and it's something that will happen next year also. So for all of you participants and even others, it's something I think you should be looking forward to next year, so that when your idea is even better enhanced, you come for more investment and funding or partnership or whatever thing. For Tungsten, we are basically driving entrepreneurial thinking, mainly through 4 pillars. We use education to drive entrepreneurial thinking. We use enterprise development to drive entrepreneurial thinking. And then we use media and finance also, all integrated in one or services that we do. Of course, you can Google us, www.tungsten.com, whether you are an entrepreneur or entrepreneur. We exist here in Abuja, but also we are about to launch outlets around the world, so that they shared knowledge, but also shared experiences with similar people like you, similar entrepreneurs, similar intrapreneurs also around the world, so that this change or this development that we're looking for Nigeria and for each of your states really happens. So I won't take too much. If I start talking about Tungsten, I will take long. But yes, on our website, .com, that's TONGSTON.com. More content, more information is there about us. And also, I think I'm very much looking forward to where each of your ideas, so that we know if it has reached that point of value, as I said, or that ideation that can attract what Tungsten is willing to invest in, or Tungsten is looking for, or even our partners and affiliates. So yeah, I stop here, I think, so that I don't talk too much. Thank you, Shola.
Thank you very much for that wonderful good remarks. I've heard the good work that Tungsten does. They are also one of our sponsors. We are grateful. So next up, we're having Mr. Isaiah Aduko, who is the Business Development Manager, LEAD Consult. You're welcome, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I wish all the contestants all the best. They've done really well. Even though one person takes the prize, I would love to encourage all of them to keep pushing and actually try to be more practical with the finance aspect of it. And I also want to encourage the participant to take a cue from the inventor of the electric light bulb, Edison Thomas, who learned how not to make an electric light bulb 10,000 times. At the end of it, he was able to come up with that invention that has actually done really great for us and for the entire world. So you should keep pushing and keep giving their best. And I'm sure we have great inventors coming up in the future and people who will do great things. So I think this is just my short good message for them.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that good remark. We appreciate your presence and your services as well. Umbono, who is an associate at Vested World Management Limited. You're welcome, sir.
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Thanks for the opportunity. For me, I think I've been following SOS for quite some time now, maybe I think since inception. So I really like what SOS is doing. I'm very passionate about the education space and the impact it can create for Africa, starting with Nigeria. I love the fact that this pitch was able to, bring in people from all over Africa. There was a Ghanaian on the call, and I believe there was some pitch from South Africa as well. So that's very collaborative and thoughtful to hear. Also just enjoyed the session. I think some participants had tougher questions than others, but it's all good and it's all part of building entrepreneurship and the drive. So I'm really happy to be part of this session, and I wish the participants the best in. And, even if you don't win, continue to develop and reiterate your ideas until you reach what you're aiming for. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that good remarks. We appreciate your services as well, serving as a judge towards this speech event. Thank you very much. We have Didiron, who is a managing partner at Rolling Stones Consultancy Services. You're welcome, sir. Dr. Amida Didiron.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you, please. Thank you.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to be on this program. SOSF has been a part of me. I'm very proud of, permit me to get personal, to appreciate the board chairman and founder, Halima Ibrahim Abba, for the doggedness, for the tenacity. A lot of times I see people hustle to come up with projects during NYSC, especially for the prize, for the awards and all what's not. I'm not sure she won any award. She even talked about the allowance, but I think she's catching up with time now. The allowance then was 19,800 naira. So, I mean, I can imagine having that and doing so much. So yes, I was proud to be a part from then. And when I was invited for this as well, I couldn't disagree. I had to clear my schedule and ensure that I'm a part of it, especially moving on to the fact that the impact that this has been, it's a way of giving back. I'm proud of things around mentorship, coaching. Giving back, looking back and giving back, and and holding people as we also struggle to figure out what life is. And on that note, I want to congratulate everyone who has been able to pitch today. For me, it shows that you're doing something good. It shows that you're doing something worth the while. And let me join other judges to also note that regardless of what your position is at the end of today's pitch contest, it doesn't entirely define what you can be. Maybe it explains what you are now or what you're doing now, but it's not limiting at all. There's so much that you can still do. And the largest room they say in the world is a room for improvement. Even though whoever comes top today is still, there's still a lot that needs to be done and that will be done. Just taking a cue from SOSF, what it was in 2014 is not what it is right now. So please endeavor to be better. On behalf of the management of Rolling Stones Consultancy, I want to commit ourselves to being a part of everyone on this pitch. We've made some commitments, and I'm just reiterating that in terms of supporting you to ensure that what you're doing, you'll get better at it. your products are of better quality, of export quality. The last conversation I had with the Director of Exports at the Ministry of Trade and Commerce, the major challenge that he said we have is with the quality of the products and whether we're able to export them. So yes, if we build on what you have now, what you all are doing now, and make it of export quality, then trust me, the country would be better for it. And of course, the SDG goals, the SDGs that you're working on, we will be able to move towards that. For us as a management consultancy firm, what we basically do is solve problems. Yes, we have a bias for the healthcare sector, but we just want a world that is better. We want to assist you to be better in terms of strategy, implementation, and all that you have. So yes, all the way we are for you. I also want to note for the social services, the concept of monitoring and evaluation and your theory of change. I will be happy to provide all necessary support to fine-tune it and make it really optimal. So just so as not to spend so much of the time, I just want to appreciate everyone for being a part of this, and appreciate you for inviting us as well. Permit me to also appreciate Shalakwe for the tenacity. She deserves an award for being tenacious and dogged in achieving whatever she wants to achieve. And the interaction in the run-off to this pitch event is a testament to that. So thank you very much, and congratulations to all the participants as well.
Thank you very much for that, and thank you very much for that recommendation as well. That's also one of our sponsors. When Mr. Zaya Duko and Mr. Martin Luboni were giving their goodwill remarks, they are also one of our sponsors towards this event. Thank you, Dr. Hamid Ajediran, for that as well. So up next, we'll be having Mr. Abdul Malik Badamosi. Mr. Abdul Malik Badamosi is the Deputy Director, the Presidency, Bureau of Public Enterprise, Abuja.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, distinguished audience. I think my goodwill message goes to the three personalities that stood out my inspiration today. One is the Emanuela, the first presenter from Ghana, which is very, very impressive, and you further source and give a very dynamic validation to what SOS has been doing in the continent of Africa. From your Ghana, from your participation, your presentation, it shows that a lot of success has been done by SOS within the few years of distance. I'm very impressed, and I think you are one of the, I jotted most of your presentation on this, and it's one of the most things that gives credence and validation to the good work behind the scene that SOS has been doing. And the second is Lillian. Your pedigree and your work is actually like a lens and spectacle that justify quality participation, engagement, and the reason why we should be here, and maybe when next we are called, we should be here too very well. Continue engaging and robustly inspiring your younger ones and other ones to look at you, to work with you and engage with you and bring the quality of your background. And the last is Solape, who actually has that tenacity, just like as Dr. Hamid said, your tenacity and your team management speak very volume. I think the future is present in what you are doing now very well. If we have many of you in our continent, we can actually project Africa beyond the shores of what we are seeing now. I'm very grateful that any time, any point of call, meeting, SOS, there's always a point of departure. It's always a point of innovation, entrepreneurial advancement. Thank you so much for the wonderful institutional and behavioral advancement. I am more than glad to identify with you anytime. God bless you all. Thanks.
Here we have our last judge, Mr. Abdul Malik Badamosi. Thank you very much for that wonderful goodwill remarks, and thanks for the commendation as well. So we'll be moving to the last, which we have Azie. She's the communication lead, Moazo Africa. You are welcome, ma'am. Sorry, we can't hear you. Could you kindly unmute your mic?
Hello,
Okay,
good
thank you.
afternoon.
Good
Can you
afternoon.
hear me well now?
Yes, please.
All right. I want to congratulate everyone, the participants at the pitch deck today. I loved your pitches. I did come late, but I loved the pitches that I heard. I'm also very excited that Africans are, bringing up innovative solutions to the problems that we face and no longer relying solely on the government's assistance. I am proud to be a part of this. And I want to thank the SOS Foundation for allowing Moazo Africa to be a proud sponsor, part of the sponsors of this event. Moazo Africa is a social startup designed to democratize opportunities for early stage female-led social enterprises through our support services. And how do we support these early stage social enterprises? We provide educational resources, so things that you need to learn to become better at your social enterprise work, we provide that. We also provide access to funding and access to a professional network of mentors who would hold you by the hand and help you scale your social enterprises and solutions. And each and every one of you here deserves to benefit from what we do at Moazo Africa. Moazo Africa started officially in March of this year, March the 8th, on the International Women's Day. And then since then, we have been able to touch, so many lives. Since March till now, we have recorded over 1,100 members across three countries in Africa, that is Ghana, Rwanda, and Nigeria. And we are so proud of the social enterprises we've been able to touch. And we know that we will be of help to each and every one of you who has pitched at this event. So like everyone has said, whether or not you win the grand prize in this competition, even though I know that's why you set out for this, I need you to know that even if you're not the number one, according to the judges marking scheme, your ideas are valid, and we hope that you push them out. You use the resources at your disposal to push them forward. You attend more pitch decks, you attend more events, and I am very, very sure that you will go mainstream and you will do big things. Moazo Africa was recognized by the Lagos State government at the Economic Summit Group for the work we are doing. And we want to extend this work to the best 3 participants at today's event. So we have a social enterprise clinic coming up in January 28th, 2023, next year. And it's a paid event, it's a paid clinic. But for the first 3 people, it costs $250. That's around 180,000 naira. But for the first 3 participants who do exceptionally well, we will be giving you free access to that one-day event, courtesy Moazo Africa. And the social enterprise clinic, what we do is we provide one-on-one consultation for social entrepreneurs who are interested in ensuring the healthiness of their social enterprises. In this clinic, we'll be matching you with mentors. So we know that you cannot do this alone. You need people who have shown track record of success in social entrepreneurship. So we will be matching you with mentors with decades of experience to help you to, move your social enterprise forward. And we cannot wait to, be of assistance to you. And for others who might not win this, access, you can still learn a lot from our free courses. Just go to Moazo Africa on our website or our Instagram pages. We have a lot of live sessions we have held. We have a lot of courses, more than 8 courses, free courses that you can access at this time, and it will help your social enterprise. So once again, I want to thank the organizers of the SOS Foundation for the opportunity to sponsor this event in our own capacity. And cheers to all the participants. You're all winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Moazo Africa, because they are the sponsors of the additional prize we have, like she mentioned, the Moazo Africa Enterprise Clinic. Okay, so thank you very much for that. For one participant, like she said, it costs $250, but they are giving it to the top 3. Wow. So we'll be moving to the announcement of results, but before we do that, I'm just going to replay the video of the participants' profile, and once the results are out, we'll be leave. I'm sure we're anticipating the winner and the top 3 of this event. So just sit back, watch their profiles again, and once we are back, we're announcing the winner.
Emanuela Appiah is a 26-year-old native of Ashanti, living in Kumasi. She has worked in the sustainability industry for the past 4 years, volunteering with a number of organizations. Professionally, she is a brand strategist and graphic designer with over 6 years of experience. She is also skilled in copywriting and social media. She's a 3rd-year student of Kwame Nkrumah University, Science and Technology, studying BSc Forest Resources Technology. She's for Macintosh Africa and Kali Earth Foundation in 2019. Briefly volunteered with Recycle Lab Ghana, where she learned about business development with design. In late 2020, she led a team to represent Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to participate in the ASU DevX World Hackathon, where they presented a prosthetic bamboo and sawdust, and they won in that category. From September 2020 to March 2021, she was trained in by Impact Hub Accra, after which she won a grant of 15,000 Ghana cedis. She used this money in addition to the 20,000 Ghana cedis to register Green Eco and used the rest by machine for prototyping and testing of the recycled plastic material. Selected plastic waste from the campus of Kwame Nkrumah University Science and Technology, and used some of it in her experiments. Throughout 2021, she collected over 350 kilograms, used about 80 kilograms of bottle, and get the rest. By March 2022, he had studied and refined the process of making panels out of HDPE and PP. They had also learned how to operate small-scale machinery out of plastic waste. Emanuela's social business addresses SDG6, clean water and sanitation, and infrastructure, SDG 11, sustainable species and communities, and SDG 13, life below water and life. Michael Onoja is a social activist, the co-lead activist of a social movement called Evolve Nigeria. He's a 3rd-year student of computer science, Lokoja, a creative writer, video creator, and graphic designer. Having identified the poor purchase of locally made goods as a core hindrance to economic growth, again realized that people had no easy way of accessing or identifying these products. So they decided to come up with a marketplace that does not just accommodate manufacturers, but local farmers and artisans as well. The name of the social business is, which aims to connect local customers with manufacturers, with the aim of manufacturers accessing markets. The social SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Edward Osai is a Ghanaian and holds engineering from the University of Mines and Technology, Takwa. He has worked in the upstream oil and gas industry for about 2 years. He is the co-founder of Tenant Oilfield Company, which provides services to the oil and gas industry in Ghana. He currently works as a welder and fabricator at He is very passionate about technical and vocational education and training and believes in skill development. He established Skill Up Savannah, a non-profit organization which aims to train the youth in welding and fabrication. He loves engineering. Four, quality education. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 10, reduce inequalities. Lillian FOB is a policy expert, passionate about effective policies for good governance, strengthen democracy, education, and development. She is currently a master's student of international relations at Oxford Brookes University. Lillian hopes to use her passion-driven expertise through intelligent data to advocate that strengthen democracy, development, and good governance. Lillian has worked on various programs and projects that promote accountability, citizen engagement, and social advocacy, and one of such is the freedom of information advocacy to enlighten citizens on FOI as a tool for accountability and transparency. She was recognized in 2020 as an African Union Top 20 Innovator. She has also worked in the policy and international development space with organizations such as AIA International Foundation, White Monitor, Electoral College Nigeria, Lagos State Government, and so on, and have worked on several developments and governance, such as the Roller Anti-Corruption Project, Governance Barometer, Lagos State Government on the Eco Excel Project, Slum to works on an Amalgamated Reformation project called Skilled on Wheels to empower out-of-school children with educational and economic skills. A 2021 Commonwealth Scholar, Young Innovation Leader Fellow, and a Golden Global Fellow. A social project which is Skilled on Wheels addresses SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 2, zero hunger, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 5, gender equality, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 10, reduce inequality. Flo Abdul Salam is an intellectually curious social innovator, Africa's copywriting, SDG Danfodio University, Sokoto, and Director of Graphics at Drug Free Club, Sokoto. As an advocate of a greener society, he founded Greenlight Solution, a startup firm that focuses on recycling plastic waste into a as PHP composites to replace wood and reduce deforestation and plastic waste. Some of his remarkable achievements include a 2021 NSBT finalist, 2022 World Prize on Campus winner, Young Innovative Leader Fellow, 2022 cohort, and was a participant in the Chemistry and Waste. Saidi Mohammed's social business Greenlight addresses SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, SDG 9, structure, SDG 13, climate action, SDG 14, life below water, and SDG 15, life on land.
So thank you very much for watching the participants. This is the time we've been waiting for, the announcement of the results. So to do us the honors of announcing the results, we have Engineer Bello Tongo. Thank you very much, sir, the CEO of Tungsten Entrepreneurship Group. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Shola. And yeah, indeed, it's an exciting moment right now. I mean, we get to know the winners, because I see all of them as winners, just at different levels or categories. So all are winners, as they say. Drum roll application or something like that, I would have used it. So anyway, the participants were evaluated by 5 categories. So the categories are feasibility of the project / business, category proposition, market share and competitive advantage. So sorry, let me take a step back. Feasibility of the project or business is 10 points. Share and competitive advantage, 20 points. Team capacity and capacity of the management team, 15 points. Participants drive, so points. Financial plan, in brackets, just to explain better, sustainability and profitability, basically, of the idea or the business, 20 points. Assurance or quality of the product, impact of the project, etc. That takes 20 points. So in total, 100 points. So they've all recorded their metrics or evaluation. And so the numbers or the scores that I'll say right now are basically out of 500. That's hopefully. So let me start in 4th place. The winner in 4th place with 3 is Michael Onoja. That is Michael Onoja. So as I said, Zoom doesn't have drum rolls, but it also doesn't have. So we can imagine that, or we can do it wherever we are. In 3rd place, 367 points, we have Emanuela Apia. The winner is 2nd place. As I said, all of them are winners, of course. In 2nd place, with a score of 396 points, FOB. And then in 1st place, with a score of 401 points, is Said Mohammed. That is all. Congratulations to not just Said Mohammed, but also Lilian, Emanuela, and Michael Onoja. But yeah, they all come in that sequence. So 1st place, Said Mohammed. Place, Lilian FOB, 396 points. 3rd place, Emanuela Apia, 367 points. And 4th place, Michael Onoja, 342 points. So congratulations to Shola. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the honors. Congratulations to, and especially congratulations to Saidi Umar Mohammed for winning the LEAD4CHANGE page events. Saidi, please, can we see you? Lillian and Emanuela. Congratulations, Saidi Mohammed. Congratulations, Lillian FOB. We want to see your faces. Congratulations, Emanuela Apia. We want to celebrate them. Let's react, let's celebrate them. Okay, so to end this is the CEO of Skills Outside School Foundation. She will be giving the vote of thanks. Maureen Chukwu Emeka. You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much, Shulakbe. Thank you to all that has participated. I'll first of all start with the board chair. Thank you, Halima, for that wonderful presentation. Please, I crave your indulgence for us to have it as an independent clip, because you really did justice to that, your presentation. But network issues, sort of disrupted some of the things you said. So please, man, let us have that's your presentation as an independent clip. All right, thank you. Thank you, Sholakbe, for the moderation of this event, for all the steps you took, for the arrangements, the connections, the judges, everybody you have brought together. Like Mr. Badamasi said, you have really done a good job of connecting everybody together, putting things in place, doing it on your own, as part of your work, but you have done it perfectly well. You have really tried. Thank you for that, Sholakbe. And for everybody that has supported you. Thank you to all of them. Then I will also say thank you to all the judges. Thank you, judges, because without the judges, I don't think we would have been here. Mr. Badamasi, Mr. Bello, Mr. Isaac, Mr. Isaiah, Mr. Isaiah, then Mr. Martin Bono, Mr. I'm not missing anyone, Mr. Hamid Adediran. Yes, thank you to all our judges. Then I also want to say thank you to the participants. Really, the participants, you have really outdone yourself this time around. You put forward your best foot. We have taken you through a long year. It has really been a long year. All the LEAD4CHANGE masterclass, the hub, all the topics, all the sessions you have gone through, you guys are the ones that stick to it, that stay true. From 50 to 11, then from 11 to the final 6, then the final 5. I mean, it hasn't been easy. Even the follow-ups you did on your own. Oh, what is happening? How you've constantly followed up with SOSF, and now Sholakbe has also followed up with you guys. So thank you very much for participating in this. I'm sure that this is just be the starting point. Some of you have also gone on to participate in other programs, and I'm sure that this has also opened your eyes to many things you have put into your pitch to improve. So I say thank you to our participants. Well done for a job well done. And I also say thank you to the back-end crew. The back-end crew that have done so much. Benny, the communications person, Simon, the data and research, and also other team members that supported through this process. I say a big thank you to all of them. And also tell everybody, please, we also have other programs. We have the Bridge program. We're also looking at having this kind of pitch event for secondary schools. I mean, you could just imagine how wonderful it will be. So I will employ you all to please share our websites, www.skillsoutsideschool.com, to other colleagues, other partners, other stakeholders that that is interested in education, employability, and entrepreneurship. This can really go a long way. We have so many students in the schools that need many opportunities. We have so many social entrepreneurs, so many startups that have many innovative ideas that we need all these services. So we continue to employ you to continue to support us. We appreciate you. We thank you for all the support you've given us thus far. Those that have stayed with us from the beginning of LEAD4CHANGE. You know, you stayed with us through the master class and supporting us all through the way. And we are looking forward to another LEAD4CHANGE next year, you know, for another circle. So I'm sure that we also, when we call on you, you all will also render your support to us. We also thank our sponsors, because without the sponsors, of course, we won't have the wonderful seed capital and the resources that we have to give to the participants. Thank you, our sponsors. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Sholakbe. Over to you. All right, thank you. Hello, Sholakbe.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And as CEO, Maureen Chukwemeka has thanked everyone, the judges, facilitators, mentors, our pitch judges, our sponsors. We appreciate you all once more. Congratulations to the top 3 participants. Came up with you, connecting you more to scale your projects and your businesses. And we're really looking forward to, you know, working with you. This is not the end. We're Vote Award. We're going to put a link on our social media. We'll share it with everyone that has seen these participants, you know, pitched, and we want the people to also give us who would be crowned the People's Choice Award winner. So going forward, we'll be sharing that link and we'll be notifying us all to, you know, give our votes as well. So thank you, everyone. Now we've come to the end of the speech event. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
All right, thank you.